40. Most people invest in the stock market without doing any research of their own. Some of these people rely solely on their broker's advice, whereas some others make decisions based merely on hunches. Other people do some research on their own, but just as often rely on their broker or on hunches. Only a few always do their own research before investing. Nonetheless, a majority of investors in the stock market make a profit. So let's break this down in terms of numbers. So we know that there are investors. And let's break down who these investors are. We know most of the people who invest in stock markets do so without having any research on their own. So that's one group of people. People who invest without research. So let's call it without R. And another group, only a few of whom always do their own research before investing. So this other group is full of people who do their research. So let's say with R. The first group is going to make up most of this population, and the second group is going to make up a smaller number. So let's make this easy, and let's say that the first group makes up 80% of my population, and this group makes up 20% of my population. Overall, with my category of investors, I know that a majority of them are making a profit. Majority, meaning most, just means more than 50%. So let's say that of all of these people, of all of both of these groups, 60% of investors are making a profit, 60%. So between these two groups, we need to make sure that 60% of them are making a profit. So if I pull all the people who do their own research to make a profit, that gives me only 20%, which means that I need to get another 40% of my people from this group in order to make up the total 60% who are seeing a profit in their investments. So this is the first scenario. And the second scenario is I don't have anyone doing their own research getting any profit, which means that the 60% that I know are making a profit is completely coming from this group over here, the people who don't do their research. No matter what, my common pattern is that people in this group are making a profit. At least some of them are. So I'm looking for that as my answer choice because that is literally what I can prove. You can see that in the numbers here. So if I were to look at it, if the statements in the passage are true, which one of the following must also be true? A, some people who make a profit on their investments in the stock market do so without doing any research of their own, which is what we talked about over here. And because I did all of this prep work before I even looked at the question or the answer choices, I can confidently choose A. But I'm going to go through B through E just in case. B, most people who invest in the stock market either rely solely on their broker or make decisions based merely on hunches. Don't know that. I don't know the exact breakdown of these groups of people, so I can't prove that. C, some people who do investment research on their own, while just as often relying on their broker or on hunches, make a profit in the stock market. Again, don't know that. I don't know the exact number of these people. That takes too much work to understand, and it's literally impossible for me to prove without knowing how many people are in each group. D, most people who invest in the stock market without doing any research of their own make a profit. I don't know about most. Again, it would have to depend on the numbers, so I can't say most of them or a majority of those people are making their profit. I know at least some of them are, don't necessarily know about most. And then E, most people who rely solely on their broker rather than on hunches make a profit in the stock market. Again, I don't know the breakdowns of these types of people within this group, so it's very hard for me to prove this because I don't have the numbers to back it up. So With all this crossed out, I'm still left with A as my answer choice.